Today in our old stamps, we're going to visit Bermuda. Look at that. The top two are beautiful ships. We have a 3D in the brown. Look at all that fanciness around the portrait. Isn't that beautiful? And then we have a 4D in the red. Now when you get down to the second row, you have some double printing, because first they had to go in with the 1D in red, and then they went through printing again for the brown and white portrait. And again you see some ships going off into the water, and all three on this second row are all the same picture, just brought to you a little bit different. As you can see, the next one is a blue in 2.5D, and the portrait in the center went through the second printing because that's brown and white, while the exact same picture on the next one that is also blue 2.5D did not go through the double printing. The whole thing came out in blue. So either they meant to go one way or they meant to go the other. So for all you stamp collectors, that might be an error in this one, because they're the same value, the same picture, but one went through double printing. Very interesting. Something to find out, huh? Yeah. Okay, let's check out our second picture here. Here we have, look at these. Again, you have some more of the ship in the water at 1.5D. Of course, going through this double printing of brown and white for the outside and blue and white for the portrait in the center. Just as the next one, 2D in red. And it went through the second printing for the water for the picture in the blue and white. Then the next one, you have a 3D with is blue all the way around, but then went through the second printing of the black and white portrait. So they really liked the second printing thing back then. As you can see, the 6D is kind of, well, almost looks black, but I think it's a deep purple. But then the portrait in the center is red and white. And with these two bottom ones, you get to see a little bit more of the land and buildings, while the first two were all about the water. Okay, let's check out our third group that we have here today. Beautiful. And we have a 2.5D in the blue, and then the second printing in the brown and white. You really get to see some more of the architectural buildings. Then in the second row you have a 6D. As you can see, it's printed right on it, 1948. Very special. And then on your last one here, it's a kind of like an orange, a settled peachy kind of orange, and that's a 25D. And look at the architectural building on that one. Even the design on the sides are very fancy, but this is all one solid color. No double printing here. That's a very beautiful building. Just think all the manpower to make that way back in the days of these stamps. You know, it wasn't all this machinery we have today. A lot of manpower. Okay, let's check out the last little group we have here. Okay, we have a 3P. And she's just sitting there in a beautiful blue and white. Then in the second row you have a 5P. Union of Bermuda. Beautiful blue and white. Interesting picture, isn't it? And then that last one there is 15P in the green and white. Alright, hope you've enjoyed my bringing these to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and we'll bring you some more, whatever we find. Alrighty, bye-bye now.